Yeah, welcome back, guys. So in this step, I would be configuring the GoldenGate. Okay, so GoldenGate is already installed. So you can see I have been into GoldenGate home directory. Inside home, I am into bin directory. Then I say ogg ca.sh. So this is the first mandatory step. I need to do it for configuring the GoldenGate. Okay, so I don't have a service manager already there, so I will not click on this. I will create a new service manager over here. Okay, so I'll say service manager. I will go to the directory mm, user one app Oracle product 210. Okay, I've created this directory. Okay, this directory is created by me. Okay, just before this installation. Okay, so you can create it anywhere, doesn't make a difference, but yeah, just the standard pattern is I just create the golden and under Oracle Home, I create a directory for OGG underscore SM. SM stands for me service manager. Okay. Port number, the standard port number we use in GoldenGate 7809. It can be anything. Over here, I put the host name. I can put my IP address as well. Okay, so over here you can see this. I have to click this option on register service manager as a service domain, right? So this is also optional. Um, but I think this is suggested we register it so that our service manager. So now if I register it, then it only one service manager can be in one system. Okay, so I don't click on integrate with XAG. XAG is something used for the high availability. Generally, I use in the rack cluster systems. In case I want the service manager to behave as a cluster resource, so that in case of any failure on node, the service manager also shifts to the next node. Over here, I don't have a cluster system. Even I don't need it. So in cluster also that is also not a mandatory. You go for XAG. It's that is also optional. But in case you want to configure it for high availability, you can go for here that. Okay, so I can either use it, I can either use my host name or I can use my IP address as well. So I'm continuing with my host name over here. This is my GG21C, is my host name. I click on next. I click on add new deployment over here. Okay, I click on add new deployment. Okay, I can remove my existing deployment as well through the same option. So deployment in Service Manager, or you can say in microservices, would be a container for your set of replication that is happening. Just assume from a single, because GoldenGate behaves like an hub in microservices, and GoldenGate is configured on a single server, and it is able to support multiple replication that are happening in their organizations. Okay, so what will happen? What would be a deployment would be one replication, like it is move one replication set of A to B would be done by one deployment. A set of extracts and replicates, you can say that a sets of extracts and replicates would be one deployment. And so that any configuration, so it's just a logical division, I can do it for every replication that is happening in your organization. I can give any name, okay, for deployment. Maybe I can put it edge GG. Maybe we are learning, so I say GG learn. Okay, so this is not required. This is just asking me the software home where my GoldenGate is installed. So I'm not doing any sharding, neither I am enabling the famous mode. Okay, I need to set some deployment home as well. I've created one directory for deployment as well. Okay, Mm, this is my directory for deployment. Okay, so I can customize my directory or I will take it by default if I want something to put. Okay, so what does it stand? Let me go through it. Okay, let me show you. Okay, so if I customize my directory, this is just a test system. I don't need to do it anyways. But okay, these files are okay. I can put it under deployment. But this is very important to understand. This trail files. You know the trail file does take a lot of space. On generic scenario, I don't put it in U01, right? This trail files. I need to give some other directory a shared storage or something where the storage is more, or maybe in case of cluster resource, I maybe put in the shared storage so that my the trail files are available in case my service manager shifts to another node. Otherwise, I put it where the storage is more, okay? Over where I just we are using for learning purpose or we're just testing. So I'm not customizing it. Otherwise, in generic, we used to customize this. Okay, we customize this. So I'm checking this option over here. Okay, so TNS admin and LD library path, it is taking off its own. I can set the TNS admin later as well. Okay, it's I need to, I think. Let me verify it as well. So, okay, I need to put a user. So so I'm not enabling this strong password policy over here. Okay. This is my would be my user in the console, in the GG console. Okay, when I'm logging, I need to put this username and password to log into my GG console. When I log into my service manager or to the admin server. Okay. So I'm not enabling any wallet. I am not doing any certificate thing. We can configure it later as well, but this is not going to make it very, very complex. Okay. This non-secure is used to send central fetch to the secure deployment. No, I'm not using security right now. Okay. So enabling metrics for me is not required. Okay. It's asking for this port number. Okay. Let me put this port number, maybe 78. Okay. Okay. So let's go ahead. Default schemas from where we'll fetch the data. Maybe I'm putting like this. Anything, we can use it right now. Okay. So this is a default schema for the data which is going to get the data. Okay. Anyways, we can change it. Okay. So we're good to go. So we skipped the security part as well, but I would be covering in maybe in the upcoming videos. I would be sharing you how to secure your GoldenGate as well. We'll enable this, but let us do it without security this time. Okay. So I'm just going to finish it. Okay. So it's going to deploy and then it will ask me to register it using the root user. Okay, so I just executed the root user and it was able to execute this and create some symbolic links. So we are done with this Golden Gate configuration of Service Manager and deployment. So in the upcoming, we'll go further through this console and I'll show you how to move forward on this.